Welcome back. In this video I will show you how can we implement multiplexer and demultiplexer using different ways on Quartus. So here is a diagram, the circuit diagram for a 4x1 multiplexer. So basically 4x1 multiplexer has 4 inputs which are controlled using two control channels. This is the control 1 and this is the control 2, and while our output is 1, so that is why we call it 4x1 multiplexer. Now to implement it on Quartus, we have many different methods. The first method is the gate level implementation. For this implementation, first we will name the module, which is our basic step, as I have done it here over on Quartus. So in module we have written the outputs and inputs and the control lines. So here we have mentioned the output, then input, then the wire, and then the first implementation we did was using the gate level implementation. For gate level implementation we use gates. As you can see over here, we have used 2 NOT gates, 4 AND gates and 1 OR gate. The NOT gates have input control 1 and control 2, while the NOT gates have output control NOT control 1 and NOT control 2. The AND gates are basically 3 input AND gates whose outputs are mentioned over here. W, X, Y, Z are the outputs and the other 3 are the inputs. So I have implemented on Quartus. The compilation is complete. Now we will go for the RTL viewer where we will look at the circuit diagram of it. Now here is the circuit diagram on your screen. It is exactly same as the one I showed you earlier, so we can verify it like for this input 1 we have two other inputs. For this AND gate we have input 1 and NOT of control 1 and NOT of control 2. Here you can see NOT of control 1 and NOT of control 2, and from the code you can see that for this AND the input is in 1 and NOT of control 1 and NOT of control 2. So in this way we can see that our circuit is basically verified. So now we will move on to our next step where we will make the waveform of it to verify the outputs. So here are all the pins. There is one output pin, 4 inputs and 2 control lines. Now if we see from this diagram for the circuit diagram, the output will be 1 when either of these will be 1. So this AND gate will show 1 when NOT control 1 will be 1, NOT control 2 will be 1 and input 1 will be 1. 3 of them need to be 1. For these two to be 1, the control lines 1 and 2 should be 0 0. So I will give here 0 0 and the input 1 will be given 1. So you will see at the output you will get 1. I will run the simulation. Simulation is complete, and as you can see the output is 1 because of the OR gate at the end. So this verifies our output for the gate level implementation. Now we will move on to our next step where we will implement it using another method, that is the another method used for this is the logic state implementation. For this we have to make a logic statement of the whole circuit and assign the output of that logic statement to some variable. Here we have assigned the output to out, and this is the equation of our circuit. So for this I have taken screenshots that I implemented on Quartus. So this is basically mux, and then it is the logic statement. So for Mux Logic, our code is, this is our code which we implemented on Quartus. We have assigned the output of the logic statement which covers the whole circuit, where you can see the input 1 is AND with not of control 1 and not of control 2. 3 of them are done AND, and then we have all the output of all these 3 or all these 4 AND gates. So if we look at the circuit that we got out of it, the circuit is the same as we saw earlier. And from the output waveform, if we want to verify, here we can verify the outputs. So for control 0 0, the control 0 0, when the input is 1, the output is 1. For when the controls both are 0, note of control 1 and note of control 2 are 1. So 1 1, and then when input 1 is 1, so 1 1 1, when we AND them, our output is 1. So that one is shown at the output. Here you can see. So with this, logic statement is also verified. Now we will move on to our next implementation, which is basically the case implementation. So in this type of implementation, basically we use different types of case statements. Now for using this case statement, we have used always statement over here. Whenever we use always, we have to use register for the output. Now here always, in the bracket in front of the always, all these inputs are basically what always uses them to identify the output. Whenever these inputs changes, always changes the output. So basically these are the inputs, and then we use the case statement. The case statement, for the case statement, our input is always control 1 and control 2, because these two lines are changing the output. They are going in every AND gate, and they are responsible for the change in the output, for the selection of the input that appears at the output. So for this control 1 and control 2, we have 4 different combinations. The first one is where 0 0, where control 1 is 0 and control 2 is 0. Then the output is assigned input 1. And the other cases are similarly 0 1, where control 1 is 0 and control 2 is 1. And when the default is for the default, please check control bits when the input is when the case is something else rather than these two. And then we use the AND case statement to end our case, and then we use the AND module statement to end our code. So I implemented in on Quartus, and the output that I got is basically Mux case statement code. So here is our code, the same that I implemented on Quartus. The output that I received was basically this one. Now here is our Mux. These are the two selection lines, and here it is written selection 1 2 0. These two are selection lines, and these 4 lines, input 1 2 3 4, are basically the data lines. These two selection lines are to control the input data from this, which is to appear at the output. Now moving on to the next thing, where we have the waveform, Mux case statement waveform. So this is the waveform for Mux case statement. It is similar to as the one we got before, because the circuit is the same. Here you can see the output is basically when both the control lines are 0, the output appears to be the in 1, and when the first control line is 1 and the second one is 0, the output that we get is in 3. So now we'll move on to the next method of implementation. The next method of implementation is using the assign statement. So this is the code for the assign statement. For this we have one input, but not one input, we have 2 inputs and 1 output. The first input is the select line. This is the select line, which is a 2-bit number, and this is the input data line, which is a 4-bit number. So we are basically using a 4-bit number to give the data for our 4 inputs. We had 4 inputs at the start, So we are using basically a 4-bit number to give all those inputs. This is our output Q, and this is our wire Q, and then again we have made those wires for the inputs. Now basically we have assigned the output Q where D is equal to select. So basically whenever the select line is basically used to assign the output to the Q. How does it work? Whenever the select line is if you say whenever select line is 0, so D square bracket 0 square bracket close, that bit of D will be assigned to the output. For example, if the first input is basically at the D0 and the select line is also 0 0, then the output assigned to it will be the first bit of D. When the selection line will be 1, when we will get 1 at the selection line, the output assigned to Q will basically be the second bit of D, which will be D1. In this way, the selection lines are basically controlling the bit of D that will be assigned to Q. So this is basically another method of implementing mux on Verilog. For this I have also implemented this on Quartus. For this I have the circuit. For this I have the code. So here is the code for the assign statement, and this is the output. So we have 4 selection, basically 2-bit selection line. Data is given through a 4-bit number, which is basically the 4 inputs, and then selection lines are used to control our output. And the waveform that we have obtained out of this is basically, as you can see, there is one case over here when the inputs, both inputs, when the selection line is 0 0 and the selection line is 0 0, the bit of data that will, D that will be selected for the output will be the first bit, which will be D of 0. So D0 is appeared at the output. In this way the select lines control the output. So the next method to implement it is basically using the always block. Here is the Verilog code for the always block. So whenever we use always, we have to use the registry for the output. For this always we have used the D or select are basically the input to the always. So always will decide the output depending upon whether these two are changing or not. So Q, which is our output, is basically assigned the D of the select. So whenever the select changes, the bit of D changes, which is to be shown at the output. So the Verilog code for this is on Quartus is here. Basically it is so here is the code for it, and then this is the output waveform. This is exactly the same that we received for the previous code, because the inputs are basically same. D is 4-bit and the select line is 2-bit, and our output is again Q. And the diagram is also the same. The circuit diagram is also again the same. So now we will move on to our next method, which is using the if statement. If statement basically on Verilog code works the same as it does on the C++. Here you can see we have declared the inputs, the selection line. D is a 4-bit number, select is a 2-bit number, the output is Q, and we are using always, so we have to give the registry to the output, and then for the always we have selected the inputs select or D. So depending on these two, always will decide the output. So here the if statements are basically deciding what we have to give to the output Q. So whenever if the statement whenever we have select is equal to 0, Q will be assigned D of 0, and whenever select is equal to 1, Q q will be assigned the first bit, the second bit of 1 d, that is d of 1. So in this way if statements are used to assign the are used to select the output using the select lines. The Quartus code for these for this is here it is. This is the code for it, and here is the circuit that we obtained for it. So these equal to signs are basically the conditions for the if statement. Whenever they are true, the output is given. Here you can see. Now moving on to the next step, where we have the waveform of it. Now here is the output waveform of if. This is again the same as we received earlier, because the select line is again a 2-bit number, and D, the output, is a 4-bit number, and the output is Q. The output is basically selected using the selecting lines, and so the waveform is exactly the same as we got earlier before. So for the next, we have the conditional statement. Now for this conditional statement, this is the assign, where Q will be assigned the output which we will receive out of these conditional statements. This is basically a nested conditional statement. This statement works like this: whenever select will be equal to 0, if this condition is true, the output, then this part of the code will execute, which will assign D of 0 to Q. If it is false, then we will move on to the next step, where we will check if select is equal to 1. If this is true, then D1 will be assigned to Q. So in this way, this is a nested conditional statements used to implement mux. In this way, so in the last we haven't used any selection, because here any condition, if these 3 conditions are false, then we definitely know that select will be equal to 3, and D3 will be assigned to this Q. So on Quartus we can implement it. For Quartus we have the code over here, like so this is the code for conditional, mux conditional, which we implemented on Quartus. This is the circuit that we obtained. These are the selection line 0, 1. This is the data line, and these are the conditional. These are the basically conditions. If they hold true, then this output works. And then if you go on to next, this is the waveform for the conditional. Again the waveform is same, because the selection lines are basically a 2-bit number, and the inputs is basically a D, which is a 4-bit number, which each of the bit is basically our input, and 1 is assigned to Q. So in this way we have implemented all of the methods for implementation of mux on Verilog code. Now we will implement demultiplexer. Now we will implement demultiplexer using gate level method, logic statement, case statement, and if statement. We will basically implement it using only one method, because we have studied all methods earlier. So 1 to 4 line demultiplexer. For this, the gate level, we have the code. Again, if you look closely at it, so we have first, this is the name for the module, then there are 4 outputs. 1 to 4 demux is basically having 1 input and 4 outputs with 2 selection lines. So it has 4 outputs, 2 selection lines, 1 input. So here we have assigned outputs and inputs. These are the two wires, and here for gate level implementation we have used gates. There are two NOT gates and 4 AND gates. The 4 AND gates have outputs out 1, 2, 3, 4, with the inputs basically are, for the first AND gate we have the NOT of two selection lines with in 1, and then selection line 1, NOT of S2 and in. So these are different combinations of selection lines with the input. And then here are two NOT gates to invert the selection lines. So we implemented it on Quartus. So this is the circuit that we obtained. We got 4 outputs of 1 input, which was controlled using these two selection lines. So we have these AND gates whose output is only 1 when 3 of the inputs will be 1. So this is our circuit, this is our code, and this is the waveform that we obtained. For the input, when the selection lines both are 0 and input is 1, the output that we get is 1 at the first bit. So when the first selection line is 0 and the second selection line is 1, the output that we will get is basically this one. The output will be 0. For now, when the input is 1, when the input is 1 and the first selection line is 0 but the second selection line is 1, the output we see is at 3. The third output gets, so we get the third output. So in this way we have implemented demux using gate level implementation. So this was all from today's video.